All right, g'day, hi and welcome. Okay, one last thing I'm going to show you. Okay, so I've tested my grounds. I've run the code reader. I'll be going through probably every one of those codes in a separate video. Because like whatever code you get, like the codes stand for something, not just a bunch of numbers, right? And they're actually telling you things that are going on with your vehicles. So I want to eliminate all that stuff before I go. Wow, that's hot. Replace the EGR valve. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera or not. It's hard to say. But I went to put penetrating oil on the bolt, and as you can see, there's one missing. So it looks like it's not going to be just a simple take out the 4 bolts and away you go. I do have a mechanic that I can take it to, and I probably will. And I'll bring him all my codes and everything and all my findings and all that. And what I'm going to do is, because I really don't want to be just replacing something that's not broken, right? And spending money on something that's not broken and still have a problem with the truck. For me, I don't care what it costs. Well, I do care what it costs to fix it. But I don't want to be throwing money at stuff that's not going to fix it. But so far, the grounds on my truck, on the chassis, like, here and on the other side, seem to be good. Grounds on the battery's good. Grounds on the other side's good. The only other thing that it could be, and I haven't gotten a code, and the codes are in the 600s. If I see a 600 code, I'm going to be very, 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 very distraught because that's ECM. Engine control management system, and that is like $1,000 for one of those, I'm sure. Probably more, being my luck. If it's that, which the symptoms, the problem is there's so many common symptoms from one thing failing and something else, but all the symptoms seem to be suggesting that it's the EGR valve being stuck open. All the other symptoms, all the codes of the 6 codes that I've gotten, I haven't gotten any other codes except for a P300, which is a misfire code, but that's due to the that's due to all the things going on. So I'm not worried about the misfire code because that one, well, that's what happens when your valve stays open, right? So if your valve stays closed, other things happen, and you still get misfires, but and conking out and all that. But like it did it today a little bit, but it didn't conk out. And then today, like the engine light wasn't on in the morning. I made it to my clients, but sometimes it sounds like the engine's doing the slight miss, but the engine light doesn't come on. So like that could be very misleading too, because usually you're expecting the engine light to come on. So I'm hoping that all my testing and everything is going to pay off, and I'll put that part on there. Well, I'm going to get somebody else to do it, because if there's a broken off screw in there, I don't have the proper screw extractor, and I just don't want to take the truck apart and then can't move it anywhere and can't get it back together because like you took it apart but you can't get it back together. So I'd rather just pay a mechanic here. I'll drop it there. While you're at it, change my oil, change my change the EGR valve. I'll go get the valve myself, and I'll say, here, do this. The other thing is drop it off at the mechanic. It'll be another 2 weeks before I can do it. Money thing, right? But at least I'm getting there, guys. Like, and I hope, I pray for my truck that when I do that change, that's the only problem it was, and that I have solved the Rubik's Cube of problems that I have. Now, mind you, there's still other things that I got to do to the truck. Not a lot of things, but there is things like the most expensive thing is probably going to be the 4x4. Fixing that up, because I got a clinking, some clinking in the 4x4, so probably got to do some stuff there. But I can live with that for now, especially in the summertime. I don't work as much in the winter, so I can get away with it. The other thing is, after that, The next thing is the headlight. I'm not going to deal with it today, too hot out. And once I deal with the headlight, the high beam, I think it's just a matter of it. The wiring pigtail is wrong, but I'll show you that stuff as I do it. But that's the danger one. That's the one that is going to, you know, cause an accident or something. Is the EGR valve. So there we go. That's where I'm at, guys.